it's one thing to have your woman get a headache and have to leave like Helena just did, but it must be something else for you to have to stand here and watch Hillary dancing with somebody else. You know, if I were you, I think I'd go over there and cut in. I think Tony's been monopolizing...
Well, you're not me, Josh, so maybe you shouldn't worry about it.
Kelly, why don't I ask Hillary to dance once before we go?
I wonder what happened to Derek.
I don't know. Listen, I'll go back to the table and wait. You ask her to dance, okay?
I'm not too red hot about that idea.
Kelly, I thought you were over all that jealousy, huh?
Yeah. Tony, you mind if I cut in before I have to take off?
I'll go ahead, take her away. I gotta get back to work anyways, thanks.
Yeah, that was fun. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Well, you're dancing up a storm tonight.
Oh, what can I tell you? Derek only pretends to enjoy it for my sake, and I love to dance. Tony's so much fun and so easy to be with.
Yeah, well, so are you. What are you thinking?
Oh, nothing specific. I'm just thinking about a problem that I've been having for a while, and I don't seem to have right now.
Well, I know any relief from a problem is welcome. I had this problem that keeps popping up. I think I've got it in control, and then bam, there it is again.
You referring to that Achilles heel of yours known as the green-eyed monster?
Ah, that's the one.
I only wish I was going to be in New York with you. I hope you say hello to Liz for me.
Oh, of course I will. You know, when I told her that I'd be in New York for a few more days, she was so nice about it. I really appreciate you introducing me to her.
Hey, that's what friends are for. Have you, told Kelly yet about your being Michael last time you were in New York?
No, I haven't. And I know that, Josh, he'd be very angry with me if he knew that I didn't tell him immediately after it happened. So I decided not to say anything and to pray that nobody else will. I mean, I'll tell Liz Cooper not to say anything when she meets him, and I hope you won't.
You can count on it, Morgan. The only other people who know besides me and Liz is your neighbor lady, and I don't think Kelly's going to be talking to her.
There is one other person who knows.
Who's that?
Sarah McIntyre, but her files are all locked away, so there's no problem.
Well, then you have nothing to worry about, so you can relax, right? Have you heard anything from your mother as to when she's going to be back from Madrid?
Yes, she came back yesterday, and it's most exciting news. Guess what it is?
Morgan, I'm not very good at guessing games. What?
Well, please don't say anything to anyone until she's had a chance to announce it, but, well, when she came back from Paris, she's married to Mark Evans.
Well, I know somebody's going to be knocked right off her feet when she hears that one.
I keep forgetting I don't have to stare at you now in order to keep the memory of you alive. The way I did when we were in Europe and one of us had to leave the next day. You're my wife now, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. And I am the luckiest man in the world.
I wonder if you'll still feel that way when we're back to dealing with reality again.
Oh, wait a minute. We came back to your so-called world of reality tonight. We faced Amanda. We even went up and joined her party. And I didn't see one disapproving or questioning look.
That's because Hope and Alan are very good friends, and Morgan is an incurable romantic. She couldn't be anything but happy for us.
Well, what about Kelly? He was thrilled, too, and Ross and Carrie were full of congratulations.
Yes, but I'm talking about people we don't know very well, people we work with who will wonder about the difference in our...
I don't want to hear about this anymore. Could you love me any more if I were exactly a year older?
Not possibly.
And I couldn't love you anymore if you were exactly my age or younger, so that problem is ended. Now let's put it to rest, Mrs. Evans.
I love you. Amanda's lights are still on. I know this has been such a shock for her. I can't help but wonder what she's really feeling about all this. Jennifer returned from Madrid.
Oh, thank you. Good. I know how much you want to patch things up with her, and that gives you a chance. No, I don't think I will have that chance because I haven't told you the whole story yet. You see, Mark came back with her, and they were married in Paris this morning. Henry, I just don't know how to handle my professional relationship with Mark now. You know things were very strained between us before he left for Europe. Now he's come home married to my mother.
Carrie, honey, I'm frightened for you. And I'm afraid it's all my fault for making you go over and over the whole business about Justin. I know it must be as upsetting thing for you to relive as it was for me to hear. Honey, you're the most important thing in the world. And as much as I hate Justin for what he's done, I love you all that more, much more. What I should be thinking about now is your welfare.
Justin? Russ, I don't know.
Honey, don't think about it anymore. What I have to do, take care of Justin, I'll do it, and I'll do it my own way. That's him. I'm just going to hang up on him. But I have a feeling that's my service. I'll be right back. Hello. Oh, hello, Sarah. Yeah, well, yesterday and today she was fine. And we had a very enjoyable evening over at Amanda's. And, well, when we got back, though, she told me the whole story about Justin. Listen, yeah, well, I'm having a little trouble dealing with that. Look, Sarah, I'm kind of worried about Carrie. She's very exhausted after she told me. A second. Honey, it's Sarah, and she wants to talk to you if you're up to it.
Of course I'm up to it, Ross. Sarah, I'm awfully glad you called.
And now, the award-winning Guiding Light. This
The only thing I really feel sorry about is that while I'm in New York modeling, I'm going to miss Nola's baby's christening. I won't be able to go with Kelly to it.
You know, I really cannot keep up with your friends here. I mean, the first time I came to Springfield, it was obvious that you and Kelly didn't even want to be in the same room with Nola, and that feeling was pretty mutual. Now you're talking about not wanting to miss her baby's christening, who by some strange coincidence happens to have the same first name as your husband.
Look, Josh, it's a long story. I don't really want to get into it, so let's just say things are better now, and I want to keep them that way. Hi.
Well, Floyd, when are you going to cash that first paycheck and pay me my first 10%?
Oh, Josh, don't worry. First thing tomorrow morning, I promise.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to go to my dressing room right now and check in on Bertie Higgins. He was on the phone earlier talking with his manager.
Yeah, well, don't forget to invite him back out here again so we can give him a proper thank you and talk to him about recording one of your songs.
Come on, Josh, don't you ever think about anything else than business?
Sure I do. I just keep those thoughts to myself, that's all.
Well, I'll see you later.
Sit down, Leslie Ann. Take a load off your feet.
That's all right. I'd rather go over there and talk.
No, I said sit down.
Leslie Ann, you really shouldn't let Josh order you around like that just because he's Floyd's manager.
Please, will you sit down, Miss Monroe?
Morgan, I hope you get that commercial you're going for in New York.
I don't think Morgan's going to have any competition at all for that commercial.
Well, Josh, I'm not so sure about that, but I would really love to get it. I mean, all those residuals, that would help Kelly and I put our first child through college.
What? I hear my name being bandied about?
Yes, I was just telling them about us putting our first little Nelson through college.
I hope you don't plan on making your first son a junior. That would be pretty hard to understand with Nola's baby being named Kelly as well.
Ready to take that swim?
Sure am.
Bye.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Do you know where Derek disappeared to?
Yeah, I think he got real upset that you were dancing so much with Tony and Kelly, so he went to the bar to drown his frustrations out. wonder if Kelly realizes just how lucky he really is.
I think he does. So does Morgan.
I don't need any of your smart remarks, thank you. I just want you to start putting pressure on Floyd tomorrow about quitting his job at Cedars and starting on his new image. And those ugly little looks of yours don't intimidate me a bit, Candy.
Morgan, I hope you have a very successful trip to New York.
Oh, thank you. And Hillary, I hope you'll take care of Kelly. Make sure he eats properly.
That's right.
To my best.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
I think I'll have another one of these, please.
Oh, we should probably be going.
Really? You didn't seem to be in much of a hurry earlier while you were busy being the belle of the ball.
What is wrong with you? I think Derek's a little upset because you were dancing so much with Phil.
What makes you think so? Did he say something to you?
Oh, no, he wouldn't because he's such a gentleman and so polite. But I saw him watching the dance floor all the time and ordering more to drink than he normally does.
Well, I'm sure Hillary would straighten him out. Excuse me, I gotta go fix something in my office.
I don't understand why you're making such a big deal
Well, you
out
might
of all
if you
of
put
this.
yourself in my place. Remember, I don't get to see much of you these days, so the little time I have with you is very precious to me. I don't enjoy sitting at a table and watching you dancing and laughing up a storm with Tony and then with
Do you
Kelly.
resent my having a good
If
time?
I do, it's because I don't enjoy myself very much these days now that you've moved out, except when I'm with you.
Derek, we talked about this before. I can't feel guilty for dancing with Tony and Kelly. Look, I could still have a good time with you, couldn't I?
Yeah, in the little time that's left. Is that what you mean? Come on, I mean, you've had dinner with Tony twice this week already. Is it such a hardship to spend one evening with me?
Oh, I just can't cater to this jealousy of yours. Tony is a friend. Kelly is a friend.
Oh, please, don't tell me what Kelly is. I've lived with both of you now for... I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go to the ladies' room and try to forget this whole childish argument. You know, that last remark of yours was just so childish, I can't even believe you think of it.
I certainly hope nothing's wrong between you and Hillary. I always think of you as being the perfect couple.
Yeah, well, I used to think that too, but I guess I was wrong. All I seem to do now is hurt her and myself, and that's the kind of relationship I told myself I'd never get involved in.
Derek, I'm very sorry. Don't get upset about it. It'll be all right. And when she comes back, what you do is give her a big smile. Tell her that everything she said was right and everything you said was wrong. And then you suggest a little midnight swim, very romantic.
Well, that happens to be a very bad idea, because Laurel Falls is a place filled with memories of somebody else. Now, the thing I can do is just leave her alone for the rest of the night. So listen, this will cover the tab and cab fare. Give it to her, and please just tell her I left because I didn't want to make things any worse.
Oh, no. That would be a very, very bad idea.
No, I think it's the best idea I've had the whole evening.
Hey, Derek, where are you running off to?